I chose to do the nutrient calcium. So calcium is a mineral in your body that you need to build and maintain strong bones to carry out many important functions. I chose to do calcium because it's so essential to us and I do not believe we get enough. I should add in the right places. We all think we just need vitamin D milk, but a lot of us are vegans and or lactose intolerant. So I think it's important that we show that even younger kids can get their calcium provided to them in other things. Why it's important and its role. Your body needs calcium for muscles to move and for nerves to carry messages between your brain and every part of your body. Calcium also helps blood vessels move blood throughout your body and helps release hormones that affect many functions in your body. So calcium is needed basically for you to survive. Other than what people think, like, oh, calcium gives me strong bones, calcium is also in your blood vessels and you need it so that you can move blood, which I think a lot of people don't know. So the RDA, kids 1 to 3 years old need 700 milligrams of calcium a day, which equals about 2 to 3 servings. Kids 4 to 8 years old need 1,000 milligrams of calcium a day, 2 to 3 servings. Kids and teens 9 to 18 years old need 1,300 milligrams of calcium a day. That's about 4 servings. The World Health Organization recommends 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams a day of calcium for pregnant women with low dietary calcium intakes to reduce the preeclampsia risk. And preeclampsia is something that can happen in pregnancy. And you would just need more calcium in general in pregnancy because when you think about it, a woman's body is literally creating another body with, the same amount of bones, the same amount of teeth. And while babies aren't born with teeth out, they already have the teeth like within their head. To meet the current recommended dietary allowance of calcium, women 18 to 50 and men just 18 to 70 need about 1,000 milligrams of calcium a day. So you can have a nutrient deficiency. Hypocalcemia, which kind of sounds like hypoglycemia, is one of the things that calcium deficiency can cause, other than, brittle bones, osteoporosis. This is the main one that it can cause. This is when the blood has too little calcium. Hypo, too little, and then, the rest means calcium. Most cases have no symptoms, but once it gets to a severe case, symptoms include muscle cramps, confusion, tingling in the lips and fingers. You may be at risk for calcium deficiency if your calcium is below 8.8 milligrams. So they'll check that at the doctor. They can just run a test on your blood to see because, as stated before, calcium is in your, blood vessels and needed to move blood throughout your body. Nutrient toxicity. Hypercalcemia is usually a result of an overactive parathyroid gland. It also can be caused by supplements, and adults shouldn't consume more than 2,000 milligrams of calcium per day. Of course, pregnant women are on, the higher end, the closer 1,500 to 2,000, but for your average adult, no more than 2,000. And I think a lot of people may feel like they need to take calcium supplements, but this can actually cause a problem. Okay, so here's the food sources of calcium. So as you can see, milk, cows are an alternative. You can do that, but yogurt is actually the one that has the most milligrams for 3/4 of a cup. So you could do that. Salmon also has calcium, but it's with the bones. Whey powder, which is also protein powder, has 200 milligrams. So if you work out, that's a good way to get your calcium. Just make sure you're not taking too much of that, because as we talked about the toxicity, that can cause a problem. Also, green leafy vegetables like collard greens, kale, that kind of stuff has calcium in it. So if you're dairy free and you don't want to eat the yogurt or the cow's milk or the kefir, which is like hard to explain, but it's just like a thicker type of milk, you can get it through vegetables. Even almonds and sesame seeds and white beans have calcium. So there's a lot of ways you can get it without having to drink milk. So new research states, this is from the Mayo Clinic, a recent analysis of peer-reviewed double-blind studies concluded that calcium supplements increase the risk of heart disease, particularly in healthy postmenopausal women. The truth is, the research is inconclusive. This is from Hopkins Medicine. So there's a lot of conflicting research as of recently. Some people say too much calcium is affecting us in a bad way. Others are saying it's inconclusive. A lot of research, though, has found that calcium and excess of it does not aid but harm. So all these supplements everybody's taking, like, is really unnecessary and actually could harm the body, because you would think that you would need excess calcium so you don't get osteoporosis, but you can actually be harming yourself, which is crazy. So definitely talk to your doctor before you start taking a calcium supplement. And here are my references. If we go back to here as well, you can see that the benefit of calcium supplements does not even prevent hip fractures, which I know is a big thing, especially for women who are going through menopause.